this, if this becomes law, this does put the department in a kind of a difficult situation in having two legal requirements that are in direct conflict. The sanctioned court-sanctioned agreement that allowed the 35E interstate to be built in St. Paul specifies a 45-mile-an-hour maximum speed limit. That speed limit was also incorporated into the environmental impact statement, which again then identified that route as the preferred alternative, which is a formal designation that allows the interstate to be constructed. If the speed limit then becomes 50, then there's some doubt as to whether that environmental impact statement continues to be valid. We suspect we would have to open that up again for re-examination. It's my understanding that, as far as we can tell, there was somewhere between $35 and $40 million worth of federal funds that were used to construct that segment of 35E, and since FHWA, which is the federal agency from which we get our federal funds, we are unsure what action they might take, but one of the things that they do have at their disposal is to withhold that amount of money from future federal aid distributions, because now we're in violation of the federal requirements for receipt of the money. And so those are basically the primary sources of our concern about this particular provision. There's also, I think, a reasonably high probability that then we would be subject to lawsuits were we to comply with the provision in this bill and increase the speed limits to 50. Lawsuits from the neighborhood group that was pressing the case against the department at the time this highway improvement was being proposed.
Our East Metro Patrol District consistently gets calls from those folks in that neighborhood about trucks using that roadway and the speed on that roadway. So they consistently request that we are active in conducting enforcement on that stretch of highway. So we do hear from them.